All right. So I'm just here on this place of self discovery and observing life and trying not to get too caught up in it, as I so often do, and that is my weakness. I go online and I often look for arguments and stupid arguments when I should already know that these people are not in a stable mind and we don't necessarily have a shared reality. Now, sometimes a shared reality is okay. I mean, not having a I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Not having a shared reality is okay, but there are some things when it's complete delusion and it's so myopic and just so hyperbolic that there is no way to have really a good faith conversation with the person. I was watching Tim Pool, and he had Cenk Uygur on for the first time. He happens to be running for president. It's not constitutional, but he made a good point that some of the arguments about the 14th Amendment. But as the conversation progressed, he made a lot of assumptions about conservatives and racism with regards to the culture war that was really hyperbolic and very myopic. And really, what good is having a conversation with somebody like that? You're not going to come to any conclusions. On average, um, I think perhaps is to have them on camera saying what they're saying and observing what they're doing. I'm not here to win any points. I'm just here to point out certain forms of behavior. And I do go on to chaotic, and there's a person, I think two people, maybe three, that are big fans of a gentleman by the name of Neely Fuller. And he's kind of into the cult of white supremacy, controls everything. But he does say some truth, and he says at times some very profound truth about, I believe, about self help and about self improvement. He talked about respect. And he said, respect is something you give yourself. Self respect. You can't expect others to give it to you. So you must have respect. And I remember a law enforcement officer one time said, he gives respect sight unseen. You earn my disrespect. Politeness and respect, which is lost today. And it's primarily lost on the left because they make a lot of assumptions about conservatives. What do you do when someone is hyperbolic and making a lot of assumptions? I think the best solution, on average, there are times when you're just like, if somebody's in power or having influence, you expose them for who they are. But if it's just a family member or a person on the street, best just to just walk away. Because if they're going to be uh, if they're going to be irrational in their speech, more than likely they will also be irrational with regards to their action. People prone to anger are not to be trusted. I watch a few fight videos on Twitter, and I will say this. What I observe is if you live by the sword, more than likely you will perish by the sword. I think the biblical saying is, he who lives by the sword shall perish by the sword. And a lot of people, they live by the sword, they have chips on their shoulder, and they're waiting for someone to disrespect them so they can defend their honor. Is that really a way to live? Best to walk away from those people too. I wish people like that had less power and less influence, but they seem to have a lot of it. Anyway, this has been Brian with Transparency and Merit and Walk Against the Woke. The reason I'm walking against the woke is they are very hyperbolic. Today's woke is moral authoritarianism disguised as virtue, and I'm against it, and I'm doing what little I can to go against the woke establishment, the woke establishment, the wokeness that has taken over the establishment. Anyway, again, this is Brian with Transparency and Merit and Walk Against the Woke. You can find me on Walk Woke on Twitter. But I do thank you for listening, those of you that do. And perhaps you can share this video and maybe leave a comment down below. Thank you.